Okay, today's a pretty exciting day. It's October 31st, 2017, and it's Halloween. So, to be festive with the colors, I'm picking up a new bike. Can you guess which kind? Well, there she is, starting a new chapter in the off-roading KTM XE 250. (2017). Time to go brap. Okay guys, just gonna start off by explaining why I purchased this bike. Basically, I've been riding since I was 12 years old. I got into motocross when I was about 19, and I'm now 42, almost 43, so I've had a lot of experience riding dirt bikes, and the last 10 years I've been riding 450 4-strokes, mainly, strictly motocross, and just wanted to get back into the fun of dirt biking. And after watching a few guys on YouTube with their KTM 2-strokes, it just kind of inspired me to get back into the 2-stroke scene, and man, am I ever glad I did. I mean, I forgot how fun these things were to ride, and it's just puts the fun back into dirt biking. It just seems with the 4-strokes, as great as they are, and they're awesome. I still have my 450 Honda, and I plan on riding it, or I still want to ride motocross at my buddy's track, but just get away from the competitive riding and just get back into having fun on a dirt bike again. So that's why I went with the KTM XE 250, and it was I was playing around with the idea of buying a used one, looking at a couple 200s, the older bikes, but I got doing some research and really liked the idea that they redid their engine in 2017 and put that counterbalancer in there, and that's one thing I noticed right away was how smooth this engine runs. And I was playing with the idea of getting the W version, and I wasn't totally sure because I heard they're even softer suspension than the XE. The XE is more of an aggressive setup, and I'm glad I went with that, because even with the aggressive setup, the suspension's like super plush, which I guess you don't need it for taking big hits on big jumps, and that's what you want in the woods. And the other big difference with the W version is it's linkageless suspension, so you get the PDS shock, and it's a bit wider ratio transmission in the W. And I didn't ride one, so I don't know for sure, but I am happy with the XE purchase. I think the more aggressive setup will suit my riding style a bit better. Okay, so I'll get into more about the bike now, my thoughts on it, and the things I noticed right away and things I didn't like and like. There wasn't too many things I didn't like about the bike. The things I didn't like, I know I'm gonna get sorted out. It's just, getting the bike set up, getting it to feel more balanced. I found it to ride high in the front end, so I just kind of like my bikes a little lower in the front end, just for a little sharper handling. So I didn't have a whole lot of tools with me because basically I bought the bike and went straight to the track or these trails to try it out, and you know, just didn't have my torque wrench and stuff like that to slide the forks up in the triple clamps or to do any, you know, sag adjustments with the shock. But the shock felt pretty good. I might need to crank it up a little bit. I think I'm a little low in the sag too, so I'll get that dialed in all in time. It all takes time, you know, like whenever I get a new bike, it can take up to a couple seasons before I'm, you know, super comfortable on it. So I'll be working on that. But one really awesome thing I noticed right away, pretty much in the first corner, or after I got the brakes seated in, was how awesome those Brembo brakes are, especially the front brake. I mean, it's just awesome. Brakes, can't say enough about how good the brakes feel on it, and also that hydraulic clutch. I mean, it's just sweet. I'll never have to lube the clutch cable on this, and that's always something I'm doing on my 450, is always keeping that clutch cable lubed up, just to avoid the arm pump of pulling that cable clutch in all the time, and it's just not going to be an issue with this. So that's awesome, and you never obviously have to adjust it. It's self-adjusting, so it's always grabbing at the same spot in the clutch pull. So that's real cool. I do have a bunch of things I want to do to this bike. Nothing in regards to performance. I think it's going to have all kinds of performance for me. Just maybe get the jetting cleaned up a bit. On this particular day, it was 8 degrees above zero, 8 degrees Celsius. So not sure off the top of my head what the conversion is on that for Fahrenheit, but it was above freezing, so and colder than what I'll normally ride in the summertime. And I heard these bikes were jetted pretty rich from the factory, so it actually seemed like it worked pretty good. That day I rode it, I think the colder temperatures, you know, really helped with the richer jetting, so I just didn't touch it that day, and got a little video clip here of the spark plug after this ride, and I'll show you guys that. So that's pretty much how I like to see a two-stroke spark plug. I don't like leaning my bikes out too much. I'd rather have it a little bit fatter and, you know, sacrifice maybe a bit of performance for the longevity of the engine. And at the end of the day, I'd rather foul a spark plug than have my bike so lean that it's burning up the bearings in the bottom end or the rings or the coating off the cylinder. You know, I'd rather have that engine hold up, and you know, I'm not a professional racer making a living on this bike, so it doesn't have to run perfect. Like I said, I want the engine to last, so I'll probably err with a bit of caution on the fatter side of the jetting. So enough about that. I'll get into the gearing, what I think of it. First and second, obviously really low. You know, you can slow this bike right down, and it just, well, even without the clutch, you can just go real slow on it, and it just kind of tractors along. They say the 300s are even better than that, but, you know, I don't think this 250 is going to have any issues tractoring along in first or second gear. And just stopped here, not sure why. There's maybe a little sketchy muddy rut there or something, I don't know. But yeah, the gearing, like I said, first and second super low, third, fourth work real nice, and 5th and 6th is like fire road speed. So I'll probably, you know, maybe talk more about that in the future once I put some more seat time on it. This area I was riding is obviously all flat, so I'm really looking forward to getting it out to our one riding area there, Area 51, where we got lots of tight hills and some single track stuff. So super pumped to get out there and let you guys know how it works there. And yeah, I want to do more and more videos like this in the future, and hopefully this video gets some views and get some guys interested into watching some more videos on my channel. If you're watching this, let me know what you think. Let me know what you'd like to see, type of videos on this bike. I do have some ideas of a few things I want to get for it, but I'm not in a rush. I basically have all winter to get this bike ready for next season, and which kind of sounds hilarious because it's a brand new bike, but I think I'm going to tear the linkage apart and the steering stem and make sure everything's all greased up, and get some items to protect it. I'm looking at the TM Designs skid plate, and I ordered the exhaust flange protector, and I'm going to use that in conjunction with a pipe protector. So just all stuff to protect the bike. Like I said, I don't think it's going to need any performance items, or even any gearing changes. You know, the wide ratio transmission, it's you know, it's going to do the job. It's 6 gears, so lots of different gears to suit each little obstacle of the terrain I'm in, and I'm just going to put lots of time on it before I do any major changes like that, and just make sure I make all the right changes, and just go out and enjoy the bike. That's why I bought it. I'm just going to go out and have a ton of fun on it and get lots of video, and hopefully you guys will come back and check out those videos in the future, or maybe hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button, and like I said, let me know what you think, what you guys want to see in the future. These bikes are awesome. I mean, it's just awesome. I'm so glad I got a 2-stroke again. It's just going to be fun. Just so looking forward to riding. Feel like a kid again. It's going to be awesome. So stay tuned, guys, and thanks for watching. And here you can see just what I mean about how well it tractors along there. Obviously it's flat, but I think it'll work great in the hills too.